Hello, good evening, all of you. So I hope you can hear me and see me clearly. Am I correct? What about the audio and video? Any problem? All okay, ne? Hmm. So in the case of this, actually, then once I ask something, you can respond. But the thing is, you can't unmute. Ne? At the beginning, I maintain that setting. The reason is sometimes, this will be like quite, ne? So many disturbances will be there. So we should continue this without any disturbances. So that is why I arranged the setting in that manner. If you want to say something, you can simply type the message in the chat box. We can communicate in that manner. But if you think that no, I want to speak, then let me know. I can easily give the permission to unmute you, right? So I hope it will be quite convenient. Eh? What is your idea? Should I give you the permission to unmute? Oh, this one is okay. Hmm? According to my experience, I think this will be quite easy, comfortable to continue the class. So that is, yeah. The other thing is, yes, good. Your responses then highly appreciated. Right? If it is a physical class, then I started 2 physical classes for 2026 batch, Candy class and Colombo. So in that case, actually, I see the person, I see the people in front of me, then I can see the facial expressions, then I know what they feel, I can read them. But in this particular case, I think I just see only the camera. It's something like I talk to myself and then that's how it goes. So it's quite difficult. In that particular case, then I don't know what you feel. I don't know what your difficulties are. In that particular case, then if you can give me the response quickly and then actively, that will be really helpful to continue this class, right? Because in the case of online classes, there should be a kind of discipline. We should have some kind of discipline there should be, right? So therefore, that communication very, very important. Okay. Anyway, actually, just before your class, I got a call from 2023 batch student. Actually, it was just 5 more minutes to start class. Then I think, should I cut this one or answer it? But it was quite a special one. Therefore, I answered it. That student actually then met me in the last year, right? He tried then several teachers. I think 3 chemistry teachers first at the beginning of his A level. But then he was not satisfied with any of these teachers. That happens then. For a particular student, then there is a particular teacher. Only if that student find that teacher, then only there is that chemistry between the student and teacher. Then only the student can continue it without any difficulty. So then he was not satisfied about those 3 teachers. Then finally he met me, but we had only, I think, 1 year and 2 months or something for the exam. But he wanted me to cover all syllabus. He wanted me to do paper classes, do papers, practice papers. He wanted me to discuss about last 10 past papers, right? So then I asked him to come to several theory classes and the paper class, revision class. Anyhow, we completed that part. It was easy for me because he was very hardworking person. Then today, actually, he then called me and mentioned the result. Then that's why I check. I wanted to check it whether he achieved it. Yes, he has achieved. He got then 3 A's in Kandy district, 76, I think. And 76 is not then one can say 76 is not then very good position, but no, I know the history. He did only last 1 month and 1 year and 2 months. That's a very short period. But today we meet. Before 2 years and 2 months we meet. If we assume then 2026 exam is on next 2026 August, we have then about 2 years and 2 months. Ne? So if he can achieve then that one within that short time, then can you imagine what you can achieve? Ne? You have 2 years and 2 months. Right. Then let me explain. Then I should introduce myself. I'm then Mahinda Samaravida. I'm an English medium chemistry teacher. So you need some kind of my education background. If I start from the 5 year scholarship, I passed the 5 year scholarship. Then came to O level, passed the O level. Then I selected chemistry, physics, and combined maths as my A level subject. I'm maths guy, right? not biology guy. I selected chemistry, physics, and combined maths. Then after my A-level, I enter University of Peradeniya, Faculty of Science. In that faculty also, there are several combinations we can select, but I selected chemistry because actually chemistry was my favorite subject. But when I say like that, then when I say chemistry is my favorite subject, some of you look at me like alien, because no human being can find chemistry as a favorite subject. That's what I experienced in my physical classes also, right? Because I asked the same question. How many of you find chemistry as a favorite subject? But do you believe me? Then none of them raise hand. Right? In one class, there were 35. In other class, there were 24 or something. So then all of them, none of them raised their hand for the chemistry. What about you? Anyone is there here find chemistry as a favorite subject among these three? You have three subjects: chemistry, physics, bio, chemistry, physics, combined maths, like that. So anyone of you find chemistry as a favorite subject? I can ask that question because, yes, good, very good, very good. I can see some. Yes, Tanya. I prefer all the three same. Yeah, that's another thing. Yes. That's the case actually in A level. Maybe you have favoration. You see, then here, like chemistry, very good, very good. Then it is easy for me to continue this class. But it is very, really challenged to continue that type of class. I surprised. Then no one like chemistry. Then how can I continue that class for 2 years? But that's the challenge. Every time then in my previous last about 10 years, 11 years experience, every time I ask this question, maybe then one student, two student take the chemistry as favorite subject. It's okay. The reason for that one, I know then you don't have a complete understanding, idea about this subject, chemistry, because you touch very small part in all. Under O-level science, you will learn something chemistry. But in A-level, actually you will learn something more. But again, it's just the basic. It's just the basic. Because, then some people are there, they learn just organic chemistry, one branch of chemistry in their entire life. In their entire life, they learn organic chemistry. That much, it is huge. Therefore, even A-level, it's not then big, large part, it's a small part. But in A-level syllabus, we touch then almost all the area of the subject. We have general chemistry, we have physical chemistry, we have inorganic chemistry, we have organic chemistry, we have industrial chemistry, we have environmental chemistry. Therefore, the content is huge. In the case of A-level chemistry syllabus, the content is huge. We touch almost all the area in chemistry subject. But the thing is, we don't go too deep. We don't go to the deep. We just touch, get the basic, and move to the next. Again, touch it, get the basic, move to the other. So that is why I say the content is quite huge in chemistry. Maybe that is why some person did find this chemistry as a quite difficult subject. But what I can say, is chemistry going to be really hard? No. That's what I say. It's not hard. It's not hard. Chemistry is not hard subject. When we look at the stats also, we can see now, when we go to the 2021 statistic, then we have some statistic. What's the percentage of A for chemistry in 2021? What's the percentage of B for chemistry, likewise? And if you go to 2021, it was somewhere around 6.7%, right? But 2022, it was like 10 point something. Then the percentage, A percentage increase. And there is a positive side. Then you can say, oh my God, is that 10%? Yeah, that is the competition we have. That is the competition we have, right? So then whatever you do in A-level, maybe science stream, maybe commerce stream, maybe art stream, whatever it is, the subject, there is a competition. Let's say subject is easy, but still the competition is there because all of the people then find that as a very easy subject. Then there is competition. But to the university, they select only a certain amount of people. In that case, there is competition. Everywhere we have competition. Right? The other thing is this one then. If I say like this, maybe you believe me. You will agree with me. If there is no test at the end of the day, let's say you don't have any test at the end of the day, then you will learn chemistry with very happy mood. You will find chemistry as very interesting subject if there is no test at the end of the day. But unfortunately, we have a test. Not unfortunately. We have a test. That is why you find this quite, you have an extra pressure, extra tension. Then you make it difficult or hard by yourself. No, don't take that pressure. We have 2 years and 2 months. I'll then explain the stuff today. Today I will start A-level syllabus also. Then you will see how it is easy. Everybody can understand the concept. Don't take extra pressure. The subject is quite huge, content is huge, but anyone can understand the concept, right? So there are some technique we can do for that one. Don't worry about this one. So then, then I introduce myself. Then we are ready to start A-level chemistry. But do you have any other doubt? I mean, before we start A-level, is there any doubts in your mind to clear? Any doubt do you have? Then we can just clear it out before you go to before you start A-level chemistry. Anyone has any doubt? I'll give you about 1 minute, so you can just send it to me. We can discuss and clear the doubt. Because with the doubts, then we can understand the concepts very well. Anyone has any doubt? I don't. No one reply me. No one has any doubt, me. Okay, no doubt mean yes, I got. Is it necessary for all level student to have A pass to follow science stream? No. No. There is no condition like that. The thing is this one. I mean, the requirement is C pass. Even S pass then can do it, but S pass means you don't have O-level science knowledge. All right. Without that foundation, then it's quite difficult to understand chemistry. But let's say you get S pass, you don't have science background, then you realize it, then you study the science, subject again. I mean, not like then you did in schools. You now wanted to have the foundation, then you prepare for that one, then you study, self-study, then definitely, although you have S pass in O-level, you can understand the concepts in A-level. There is no any relationship between the result, O-level result and A-level result, right? So in actually, then I can give so many examples for that one. So many examples. Even in my day, actually, I did not then get very good result in O-level. I got somewhere in the middle. But the person who got very good result then end up with very, low level. Low level they got very good results in A-level. Then definitely we expect the good results in A-level also. Some of them got definitely, but some of them could not then get good results in A-level, right? Those who got some middle results, some middle average one, they work hard in A-level. That's the secret, because they know then that work is not good. That's not enough. Therefore, they should then give some extra effort in A-level. And then they work hard in A-level. As a result of that, they end up with very good results in A-level. So in A-level, actually, main thing is effort. You need talent, it's okay, but effort is also important here, right? So then if I say then the result directly proportional to talent, then I should say result is directly proportional to the square of effort. Can you understand it? Right? So therefore, talent is important. That is okay. But if you have effort, then more than that, you can change it. Understand? So because of that, if you think that your O-level science result is a bit low, then my advice is, okay, then please go to the O-level science and then refer it. Try to get some foundation. Important points are there. If you want, you can message me. I will list out what are the things you need in O-level to understand A-level chemistry. And I can give list. Then you can tick the list. The one you cover it, tick it, you go to the next one. So that way you can prepare for this one. If you feel that your O-level then result will be low, then that's the thing you can do. And you want to continue A-level chemistry, then that's the solution, right? So then main thing, if you've asked this one from any other teacher, they will say, no, that will not mainly affect to the A-level result. Okay, don't worry about that. But if you feel that your science knowledge is not enough, then you have to then work. Then extra thing. Ne? You can go back to O-level science and then study it, self-study. That's for the preparation of for A-level science, chemistry. That's the solution. Don't worry about that one. Any other doubt you have? So in this case, actually, then do you want me to explain first the syllabus and all stuff? First, I will. Do you need the syllabus? What we are going to do in A-level? I ask this one then because I can just, without asking, I can just give this as a lecture. But it is not then quite interesting. If I do it as a lecture, but you don't want to listen it, then it's wasting time. That's why I ask. Do you want this? Then I can explain it. Do you want something regarding the syllabus? Yes. Yes, ne? So when I told you in chemistry syllabus, it's a huge content is there. There are 14 units. In the case of chemistry, there are 14 units. But in physics, I think how many? 11. In physics, 11. Ne? So when you consider any other subject, the number of units available less than chemistry. Right? So 14 units available. But if I briefly explain this, I know, although I say I will explain this one, but although I explain it, you don't get 100% idea because you have O-level knowledge. Ne? So when I consider first one, it's atomic structure, but I write it like just atom. The title is atomic structure. So what is that? You have heard about atom. Ne? Atom is the building block of matter. Then if I ask you to define matter, anyone can define it. There are two properties for matter. Matter occupies the space, means it has volume, and matter has mass. So anything which occupies the space and has mass is identified as what? Matter. Then any matter composed of tiny particle, that's the fundamental unit. We call it what? Atom. Then in the first unit, we are going to have some idea about the atom, the building block of any matter. Because chemistry will be study about matter and the changes and the energy related to these changes. That's the chemistry. But before we jump to that one, we should know how matter is composed of. We should know the fundamental unit of the matter very well. So that is why we take that first atom, atomic structure, first unit. Second is this one. If you have then hydrogen atom alone, oxygen atom here, the usage, that's limitation is there. When hydrogen combine with oxygen, what do we have? If hydrogen make bond with oxygen, what do we have? We have water. There are some other substances like hydrogen peroxide also there, but the famous one is water. Then once hydrogen combine with oxygen, you get water. What about the water? Is it useful for us? Of course, it is useful. Therefore, second unit is the bonding we have in between atoms. So I just write bond here. The title is structure and bonding. No need to write anything. If you want this one, you can just download this one by in this website, NI, National Institute of Education.lk. Here, the materials are available. You can type other materials for chemistry. That will be there. You can download and everything is there. And the other thing is this one. Regarding what we have, actually, I prepared a video. Maybe some of you watch it in my YouTube channel. You can go to YouTube and type at MSc 789. Then you will be directed to that channel. That channel has just one video for 2026. Some other video for the your seniors. You can understand that. So here also I briefly explain. So, but since you asked it, I take small time and then explain it. So here, then bonding. Bonding means atoms combine and form compounds. Third one is this one. So this chemistry has a calculation part also. To understand this chemistry subject well, you need maths skill. I hope you have it. There are mainly three areas in chemistry. One thing is the memorizing part. There is a part to memorize in chemistry. It is quite 60%. There is again a maths skill part. Maybe about 10% like that. There is again logical thinking part. The remainder will be logical thinking part. Then if you want to be good in chemistry, you should be good in all these three areas. Right? Before we start subject, then you should know all these secrets, these things. Then you can continue the subject without difficulty. So memorizing part is there. Maths skill part is there. Logical understanding part is there. Combination is simply chemistry. But in chemistry, quite about 60%, I give then high weight for memorizing part. There are quite something to memorize in the subject. So in third case, we take calculation, chemical calculation. I told you maths skill calculation part is there. Even you did that one in O level. If I ask you to calculate the number of moles available in 4 grams of sodium hydroxide, I think some of you can do it. Right? Number of moles available in 4 grams of sodium hydroxide, you can calculate it by applying that equation. So calculation part is the third unit, chemical calculation. Fourth one is this, gas. Then here I told you then matter physically divided into 3 parts. There are 3 physical states in matter. Those are solid, liquid, gas. Right? Then if you study about matter, definitely we should study about these 3 states. But the thing is this one, study of solid is quite complex. Study of liquid is again quite complex. We don't have these things in our syllabus. Liquid, we have small part in unit 12. But we discuss gas because the behavior of gas is very simple. Right? So if you study one gas, then it's enough for the others also. Next one, the energetic. Again, the chemical reaction. Energetics. In calculation also, we have chemical equations, reaction, and calculation based on chemical reactions. So we come back to reactions here in fifth one, energetics. What is it? During chemical reactions, there is heat exchange. Some reactions release heat to the surrounding. What is that type? You have heard about that in O level. During the reaction, heat is released. What's that type? During chemical reaction, if heat is released to the surrounding, we call it. I got only 2 responses. Can I have some more? Today, actually, mainly what I do, I try to make a bond with you. That's what I do today mainly, not chemistry. Right? Therefore, I try to make a connection with you, a bond with you. It's like chemical bond. Is that important to have a bond between us, the teacher and the student? Of course, it's really important. Communication, very, very important. Then only I can understand what you didn't understand when I explain something. So therefore, that bond is really important. In online class, that's really, really important. Therefore, your responses are really helpful for them. Okay, very good. All of you are correct? Yes, yes. You are correct. Yes, it should be exothermic. Yes. The other type is then endothermic. It is absorbed, then endothermic. So you know then, so I mean the usage application of this one is quite very high. One simple application is this one. Then in the vehicle, when you run vehicle, petrol, I mean the fuel is burnt. Fuel is burned, combustion reaction. Combustion reaction is exothermic reaction. Exothermic means heat is released to the surrounding. Actually, that is energy. We use that energy to run the car. So many uses are there. Here in energetics, we will talk about mainly the calculation part. There are some calculation based on heat. That's what we will discuss here. Once you go to 6 inorganic chemistry. It's famous. I mean, maybe you have heard about that, inorganic chemistry. Inorganic chemistry is something I can say, other than carbon, we study about all the other elements and compounds of these elements. Other than carbon, we study about all the other elements in inorganic chemistry. We can say like that. Do you know how many elements are there? Someone, then it's okay. When I ask question, normally I ask question, right? That is to keep you then active in the class. Because some of you then, if I don't ask any question and just explaining the stuff, then some of you will then go, physically maybe you are here, but mentally you are not in the class sometime. It happens. Therefore, physically you are in the classroom, but mentally maybe you are playing video game or something. Physically you are here, but mentally maybe you are on the bed sometimes sleeping. Therefore, I just ask question sometimes. Then when I ask question, okay, Okay, you come back to the class. That's important. Eh? So that's why. Then no need to type always. Then if you can answer within yourself, you can answer it. Then I ask how many elements are there so far. Then how many elements are there? Yes, I got some responses here. Good. Let's see whether you know that. Yeah, you know that. Next. 118. Yes, 118 elements are there. What's the first element? First element is hydrogen. Do you know what is 118th element? The last one? In O level, you learn up to 20 calcium. I know that one. Then 118th one is organism, OG. So in between these, there are then 118 elements. Then in inorganic chemistry, I just mentioned, inorganic chemistry is study about all the elements except carbon. And then you have that question, oh my God, then are we going to discuss all other 170? No, we will not discuss them. Very small number of elements we will discuss. Right? In inorganic chemistry, we will learn that one. The nature of inorganic chemistry, then memorizing part. Those who are good in memorizing will find inorganic chemistry as quite easy one. Those who are good in maths and logical thinking will find calculation, gas, energetics as quite easy part. But it's not excuse, right? We can't say I'm then memorizing guy, then I'm good in organic, I can't do the other. No, you can't say like that. It's not excuse. You should be good in all the cases. So should we remember order of all these elements? No. You don't have to memorize the elements in A level because the periodic table is provided. For MCQ, periodic table is provided. For the second part, periodic table is not provided. In our days, actually, periodic table was not provided. Then we had to memorize all these things. I remember all 54 elements, not 118, right? It's useless because table available. Right? Why do we memorize them? But in our days, actually, periodic table was not given. So that is why we had to memorize them. So no, you don't have to memorize it. Don't worry about that. Inorganic. After that, I take 7, 8, 9, 10 together, 4 units together and take it like organic. Here we miss carbon. We miss carbon here. Then we consider carbon here. So organic chemistry is simply but study about carbon containing compounds. Then one has this doubt. I mean, why do we take 4 units to talk about only carbon and containing compound? Reason but that one is, you know, it is estimated that over 50 million organic compounds are available. Increasing, that number increasing. We can't say it's exactly 50 million, but still day by day, then the number increases. Large number of compounds are there in organic. So we talk about that in these 4 units, but I told you it's a huge part. It's a huge branch in chemistry, but we just touch this one in A level. 11th one, kinetic. I write just kinetic, it's chemical kinetics. Again, chemical reaction. We discuss chemical reaction in several places, In kinetic also, we discuss reaction. But here we talk about not the calculation part. Actually, here we talk about mainly the rate of the reaction. Some reactions are very slow. Some reactions are very fast, right? So what are the reasons for this? How can we make the reaction fast? How can we slow down the reaction? Those are important. Those are important in industrial chemistry. So that's what we will discuss under kinetic. 12th one is in equilibrium, right? Equilibrium, again, chemical reactions. This is again chemical reaction. How extent the reaction takes place. Actually, for a given reaction, remember, it's most of the reactions reversible. It can go forward and come back. Don't worry, here I just don't try to understand this today, right? I mean, I just briefly explain what we are going to do. Just some idea. I go to your level and then explain it. So this is also reaction, but in this reaction, you have mainly forward reaction and reverse reaction. Most of reactions are reversible. We can make it reversible. Any reaction, we can make it reversible. So in some reactions, forward reaction occurred up to more extent than the reverse. In some reaction, reverse reaction occur up to more extent than forward reaction. But so far you discuss only the forward reaction only. You did not discuss the reverse reaction. So there are reactions which have forward and reverse both. Then in equilibrium, again calculation part, but here we mainly focus then how extent the reaction takes place, equilibrium. And 13th one, electrochemistry. In electrochemistry, that's again a part of equilibrium, we can say like that. But again, you know this something. I mean, you have heard about that, ne? Electrochemical cell, maybe you heard about that. Electrolytic cell, electrodes, those maybe, but it's okay. I'll come back to this and explain in detail. Here, that's what we discuss. Again, the reactions. You know, throughout the syllabus, we have reaction. Some reactions takes place and generates electricity. As a result of spontaneous reaction, electricity generated. We talk about that one. And some reaction doesn't take place, but using this electricity, we can make it happen. Right? Both ways we discuss under electrochemistry. The reaction again, electricity and reaction. 14th one is the last one. So why do we learn all these concepts? If I ask why do we learn these things, then you will say we need to pass the exam, so that is why we learn it. Ne? That's your primary target. Ne? But remember, it should not be the target. Eh? We learn these concepts and use these concepts, and then using this concept, we make a kind of product which makes our day-to-day life comfortable. Don't we have those type of applications? We have. I can give you then so many applications for that one. Even the maybe you wear shirt or frock or something, maybe it's made up of nylon cloth, maybe it's made up of polyester. Then how to make polyester, how to make nylon will be discussed under 14. But to understand that concept, you need all these concepts. That is the target here, right? The topic is industrial and environmental chemistry. Last one. We discuss how to make ammonia industrial. Is ammonia important for us? Yes. Fertilizer, pharmaceuticals, cleaning agent, explosives. So many applications are there. Then isn't that important to make ammonia? Of course, it is important. Right? Then how to make ammonia? That's what we will discuss on the industrial. But to understand it, you need all these concepts. Right? So that is why actually we should learn these concepts. But we mainly target our exam. Therefore, we do it here. But industrial chemistry and environmental is that. Environmental means then, with industry, the other one is environmental pollution. Because industry, chemical industry release so many chemicals to the environment. Those are definitely pollutants. Most of them are pollutants. They harm environment. Then as a chemistry student, we should know how to stop it. That will be discussed under mainly environmental chemistry. So this is the syllabus. Okay. Are we going to do experiments too? Yes, it's a good question. You know, chemistry is definitely full of experiments. No one can say then we can continue chemistry without experiment. Definitely we do. We do mean in that particular case, I will use then some experiments available in the internet. Some experiments have done some universities. Some experiments, even Sri Lankan universities have done some experiment and give. Then we can use those resources to understand the concept. Some are not there, then I will do it and record it and then share it. Clear? But in the case of chemistry paper, to get A for chemistry, you don't have to do experiments. Right? Without going to even the laboratory, you can have a good results in chemistry. That's according to our paper system. Right? But if you are a student, chemistry student, then definitely you should know how to do experiment. So I will demonstrate it. Right? Since it's not physical, then that's the only way I can demonstrate it. Yes, we will discuss experiment. Then we try to spend these 2 years and 2 months. I target August, right? I assume you have exam in 2026 August. Then you have 2 years and 2 months. This is June, July, just 2 months. Then we spend this to study this concept. Then you may have that problem. Then to understand the concepts in just 14 units, do we need 2 years? Yes, it is quite huge. But one thing I can promise, I will cover this one. Here, MTS mean months, right? It's easy for me. At least 3 months prior to the exam, I can cover the syllabus. Okay. I can promise then, maybe some other teachers then promise to finish it within 1 year or something. Okay? 6 months prior to the exam. It's possible. I can discuss then. If I discuss only the theory, then theory, definitely we can finish it. But we should discuss theory and then I should give some time for you to understand the concept. I should give some time for you to discuss the concept with your friends. Then I should check whether you have understood it. I mean, doing the questions. Understand? So then I should, once we finish several parts, then I should check whether you have those knowledge in your mind, doing questions. I mean, monthly test, unit test. We need time for these things. So because of that, I cannot promise that I will cover the syllabus 6 months prior to the exam or 1 year prior to the exam. It's not actually then practically, it's quite difficult, right? So because of that, I can promise 3 months prior to the exam at least.